So when you're in Business Central, a popular feature that users use is personalization. It gives them the ability to edit their windows and kind of makes their navigation of Business Central more user-friendly to their needs and to their how they want to see Business Central, the layout of it. So an example of using this feature is when you're in let's say your general ledger entries page. Again, this personalization can be used in almost all pages in Business Central. This is just an example here. So to use the personalization feature, you would go into your gear icon here and click Personalize. Once you do that, this bar at the top will show up. This means that you're in this personalizing stage, and it's turned on currently. So what this feature does is, if you say you have all your columns laid out here, if there's a column that say you don't really need, or you want to see, or a column you don't want to see on a regular basis, you can just hover to any of them. So let's say this one, for example, click the red arrow here and then click hide. Okay, so if you need to get that back, or if you want to put any other types of columns or fields, you click this plus field icon. And then on the right here will show up all these other columns that you can add to your this window, general ledger entries window. So all you have to do is drag it. So let's say we want to have the reason code. We just drag it and then specify which where you want to drag it to, and then it'll show up there. This one doesn't have any data. Let's do another example here. Maybe we want to put general posting type. Let's add that there. Okay, so now you see it there. Another feature when you're personalizing is you can move things around. So maybe you want to move this column here, and so on. And then the last that I wanted to show is your freeze pane function. So as you can see, whenever I drag the scroll to the right, you can see that these two always stay. They're frozen. If we're interested in, say, always seeing GL account name as well, when we scroll to the right, you just click this arrow here and set freeze pane. So similar to Excel, this is how that functionality works here. So now if I drag, you'll see that those three stay. Okay, and then whenever you're done personalizing, again, you can clear personalization so that it goes back to default. But when you're done, you just click done, and then you'll be able to use Business Central as normal. Another section I wanted to show where you can personalize would be in your in any card window, or master record window. So let's say we want to go into a customer, and let's just go into this customer here. When we turn on personalize, let's do that again. Again, that bar shows up again. And now we can personalize some things here. So let's just get rid of the fact box here so we get more space. So I'll just show kind of what you can do within a section here. So let's say in the general section, as you can see, whenever you hover, there's a red arrow. So there's some options here. So when you click this, you can move it. So all you have to do is just drag it to move it. You can hide it. And then there's this show under show more. So what this does, so let's click that. So it won't show when you open it by default. It'll only show when you click show more. That's what that means there. So let's go back to show less. Okay, another option is show always. So it's always showing, which is currently right now. Another field that I wanted to show was this. So show when collapsed. So if I click this, it'll mean that this cost will show in the top here. So I'll just demonstrate that easier here. So show when collapsed. And then if I collapse this window here, so just remember that cost field, it now shows here the cost is 0, but it'll show this here even when it's collapsed. So as you can see, also the description, and I believe this is total sales figure, is showing there. Okay, let's click done on there. So that's an example of personalizing there. And then just another example of many ways you can personalize. So in your home page, let's go back to personalize there. You can personalize various things here. So your fields at the top here, you can drag them. Say you wanted to drag where they show up. Same with here. You can also hide these and so on. And then here as well, you can click here and move it and hide it as well. And then if you wanted, say your default role, and you're just starting Business Central for the first time, you're not really familiar with it, maybe there's some windows here that you don't really use on a regular basis, you can always hide these as well. Okay, so personalizing is a big topic. There's various ways you can do it. So those are just some examples there.